Hey guys, Fiber in the Family, episode 6. I'm here with my family, Meredith Clampitt Whaley, and I'm Brian Clampitt, and we're pumped to bring you this episode today, sponsored by Grape Nuts. Just kidding. Just kidding. But if Grape Nuts would like to sponsor this
love
podcast,
Grape Nuts.
We would love it because we all could use a little more fiber in our diet. So I hope this is part of your monthly podcast diet.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Meredith, wow, good.
What do we got going on
today? You threw me off. Brian, today we have a great episode. I'm really, really excited about it. We don't have a ton of news, not so breaking news, but we had a great interview with Scott Hyder, our president. He's wonderful. And then I really liked our tips and trends for some reason.
I did too. I think this may be one of our best tips.
I think so too.
Best tips. So stick around to the end.
Yeah. And please, I usually make Brian beg for you to do this, but please share, please like and subscribe. We're on Spotify now, which is awesome. Yay. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy.
Let's jump in. Hello, everybody. This is Fiber in the Family, episode 6. Can you believe it?
No.
6 episodes. We're here for you guys. So I hope you're enjoying it. Hope you're just getting a lot out of it. As you know, our goal here, our heart, our mission, our vision, we want to help the graphic arts industry move forward and be better.
Yeah.
And we want to connect everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
One fiber at a time.
Nice.
That's why we're called Fiber in the Family. But I'm Brian. This is my sister Meredith.
Hi.
And
Thanks
Meredith,
for coming back.
When you watch podcasts, everybody always asks you to share.
Yeah.
And so, of course, we want to ask people to share. But my question for you, why? Why should one who's watching share this podcast?
Look, we obviously, if you've watched any of the episodes before, we love what we do. We love our industry. We love the business. So if you're just interested in business or family business or just having fun, brother, sister, a little razzing, we're just really trying to entertain you. So share it if you want to spread that joy to someone else.
And also educate you a little bit along the way.
Nope. No education.
Easier.
None. Just laugh at us. That's all we care about. Okay.
It's easier to learn with a smile.
It's true. That's true. No. Yes, we absolutely want to educate you too. So here to help.
Absolutely. Thanks. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, big episode today. Woo. We got Scott Hyder, our president.
Mr. President.
And he has a wide
array.
I was going to say a wide depth, but
yeah,
that's kind of an oxymoron. Or wide array is a better term. He has a wide array of knowledge.
So much knowledge.
Beyond just paper.
And 33 years in the business.
He does. We're gonna think outside the paper box today.
Yes.
Got some tips, some trends, and a little bit of news to share this minute.
Yeah. Printing United.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big convention for all things print, substrate, paper, everything. You see new technologies. The dates have been announced.
September 23rd through the 25th in
Las Vegas. I hate Las Vegas personally. Hot take. I don't like it. It's crowded. But cool for conventions. I've heard apparently it's super easy to maneuver around and stuff like that. So way to go, Vegas.
I just always see pictures of that sphere. It looks awesome.
The sphere looks so cool. Have you been?
Really cool. Nope.
Well.
Nope. But
cool. Good story.
As far as Las Vegas goes, they say what happens there stays there. Hopefully that's not true with Print United. Hopefully you learn a lot. You bring it home with you. Get some tools, get some resources.
Actually, leave comments. If you go to Print United, leave comments of what you learned so you can educate us back. This is a quid pro quo.
Maybe we can get a
quid pro quo.
We should have a Fiber in the Family booth at Print United. Maybe they give us one. We can sign autographs. So like we said, going to be a great one today. Yes. And Print United definitely recommend that you go. But now, Mary, let's jump right into our interview
with Mr. Hyder.
Scott Hyder himself. I'm so honored to be sitting here in the presence of not one, but 2 of Clampitt Paper's executives. Everyone knows Meredith Clampitt Whaley, VP of Marketing, but not everyone knows our president and all around Mr. Awesome, Scott Hyder.
Wow.
Scott, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for coming, Scott.
Thank you. No, I'm honored, honestly.
Well, we're super pumped to have you. We're going to pick your brain on a whole bunch of stuff.
Cool.
But
Yeah.
first and foremost, give everybody who's listening and watching just a little rundown on who you are,
Who I am.
what
Okay.
you're all about.
I'm Scott Hyder. I've been with Clampitt for 32 years.
Started when he was 8.
12, yes. 33 in May. So it's been a little
Congrats.
while.
That's big.
So I grew up in the paper family. Just it was work family, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm part of the family in a lot of ways. So
Absolutely. Well, tell us more. Why did you get into the paper industry? How?
oh man, so it's kind of a long story, but in college I was interviewing for a job, and my uncle had been in the paper industry for a very long time.
Speaking of college,
Yes.
shout out to your Indiana Hoosiers.
Yes.
I know it was a few months ago, but
yes.
big win, big national championship.
I've already got a frame on my car with the little national championship on it. So,
Solid.
Nice.
I mean,
Who's your
Indiana
daddy? As he goes by in
Who's
his
your daddy?
personal
who's your
life.
daddy? Watch out. So,
love
yeah, no, it was awesome.
So sorry to interrupt you. You said you had an uncle in the paper business?
Uncle in the paper business. So he'd worked for Meade for a long time. Also worked for Kalamazoo Paper Company. And he ended up working for a competitor of ours in another part of the country. But he said, why don't you go interview with Clampitt Paper Company? And I was like, never heard of him. And one of the interesting stories there
One of my favorite stories.
was actually I was interviewing with the then president of the company, whose office I now office in, Henry Phillips. And I'm talking to Henry, interviewing with Henry, really thinking I'm fascinating him, and he fell asleep on me.
Oh,
So-
man.
Don't be discouraged, kids. Somebody can fall asleep and you can become president.
That's
So.
right. That's right. It turns out he had
But-
narcolepsy. I didn't know what narcolepsy was at the time, but that was kind of an educational. And at the time, there were no cell phones, or very few cell phones at the time. And so I come out of the interview. I'm driving home, and I'm trying to get to a phone as fast as I can. Call my uncle and go, I don't know how I did on that.
I don't think I got the job.
You're just snoring on the way out.
Yeah. So I interviewed with him. I interviewed with Max,
Yeah.
your grandfather, and he asked me one question, which was, how many hours in a day are you going to make calls, or how many calls are you going to make in a day?
Okay.
And so I'm thinking 8-hour day, 1 an hour. So that was my answer. Eight calls.
8 calls in a day.
That must have been good enough, because
I was going to say, I feel like his answer would have been like 25 or something.
he probably
Yeah.
he just kicked me out after that. So I don't know if it was the right answer or the wrong
You
answer.
got the job.
I got the job. So
Nice.
yeah.
Well, 33 years, that's huge.
Yeah.
I do want to get off track a little bit, but ask about that. You see today.
Wait.
Okay.
We got to ask my favorite question.
Uh-oh.
What paper person are you?
Oof. So,
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
So
We gotta
that's,
know.
that's kind of a trick question.
Oh.
If you asked me today,
Yeah.
I would have probably told you Billboard, because I'm obviously very active in our wide format program and all the things that we're doing there. Not that I still don't love paper and sell a lot of paper.
You hear that, DC? He loves paper.
I love paper. So yeah, Billboard would probably be what I'd say today.
Okay.
But I actually was a paper person.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
You were?
Yeah.
I don't
So-
know about this.
Yeah. So
You dressed
13,
up.
14 years ago. So somebody was very young at Clampitt Paper Company.
Still, I was very creative though. I
She
made
was
his
maybe
costume.
12. Yeah. So that was
I
where I was
wasn't
going.
12.
I was kidding. That was a joke.
Oh,
And
bad.
you can see how
so offensive.
You can see how my
I
jokes
was so
are.
offended. I'm like 12.
Yeah. But she actually made part of the costume,
Yeah.
and the cape was, the character was Captain Clampitt.
Captain.
Oh, yeah,
Clampitt.
Captain
Yep.
Clampitt.
Mhm.
So I actually wore tights.
Yep. It was one of those suits. Do you remember that? It was like a blue or something colored
was
suit
red.
that zipped up all over your
yeah.
head.
Yep.
We cut the head off So then we made him some goggles. We got to find a picture of that.
Oh,
Can we find a picture of that?
Oh,
it's
okay.
actually on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully we can put
Do you
that on
remember-
when we're editing this podcast.
Here's a little throwback. though.
Yeah.
Do you remember planking? So it was during the time of planking.
Yep.
And Scott planked in his Captain Clampitt costume.
I feel like I might have saw that picture
Yeah.
years
Do
ago.
you know where I planked?
The rolls?
No, that was I owled there. I'm sitting there like this, like an owl. No, the planking occurred.
Hey, maybe
I
that's a new
see.
trend, owling.
Owling. Bring it back.
We'll talk about it in tips and trends
Okay.
a little bit. Owling.
on Mr. Clampitt's desk,
Oh, I
where
That's where you planked?
where I planked. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Bold move, Cotton.
I don't-
I know. Bold move.
I don't know that he ever found that out.
Well, he will now.
Oops.
He is a listener.
Oh.
Well, he probably listened to his episode.
Listens to every other
Every
one. Or
other-
something.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Billboard now,
Mhm.
previously
Captain
Captain
Clampitt.
Captain Clampitt.
Awesome.
Love
Awesome.
it.
One that you probably didn't really realize there was a character. But
I know he doesn't make a lot of appearances.
no.
Well,
Bring him back.
either way, good choices.
Yeah.
But what I was going to ask was 33 years at the company.
hmm
Today, you see just longevity and turnover just not good as a whole. Not necessarily at Clampitt, but in general. Or you see people just wanting to advance their career, two years here, 1 year here,
Oh.
2 years. Speak to the idea of staying power
Hmm.
and just how important that is and how that's benefited you.
Great
Yeah.
question.
That is a good question. It's interesting because I had a conversation with Brad Faubacher, one of our sales reps, and he's started with Clampitt, left Clampitt, came back to Clampitt, left Clampitt, came back to Clampitt.
Yeah.
You know, I can't even keep up. But his regret was, you know, I really should have stayed. You know, just from the standpoint of, you know, being able to, you know, he was talking about his retirement and all those things that affected him there. But he said it would have just been much easier if I had stayed in one place. Really, for me, it wasn't about staying in one place necessarily. What I love about working for Clampitt was really the opportunity to learn new things all the time. You know, I started out as a sales trainee, much like you guys started in the warehouse. You know, I just was probably in the warehouse a little bit longer than than some of the others, but
Maybe me.
yeah, I probably was in the warehouse longer, but I used to work on Saturdays back in the day. But you know, learning things all the time. And that's what's cool about this business too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're always learning about something new, whether it's paper or some of the substrates we sell or the equipment, things like that. So that's kind of what's kept me excited about working for Clampitt. It's always been something new and different. You know, from the standpoint of I was in sales. I've managed people on the sales side. Now I'm managing a lot more people, a lot more problems. But it's one of those things that, you know, it never,
No, we don't have any problems.
never changes. It's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no 2 days are the same, right?
no, I mean, you know, one day you're, you know, asking about credit and credit insurance. The next day you're on a podcast. I mean, it's just
Lucky you.
Which one do you prefer?
the podcast so far is way more fun. So
That's awesome.
Brian, we're doing great.
Way to go. So talking about learning new things,
mhm,
and a lot of people think Clampitt paper, it's just paper.
mhm.
But we've come up with a new saying to think outside the paper box.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about what Clampitt as a whole is starting to dip their toes into, really we've been into for a while now, but
Yeah.
beyond just paper.
Yeah, no, I think obviously we've got into wide format and grand format and a lot of things outside of just paper. When it comes to printing, there's a lot of different ways to print. When we got into the wide format, this is probably now 14 years ago.
For the folks that aren't really in our industry,
Mhm.
wide format,
Mhm.
it's just basically printing from rolls or large sheets,
Yeah.
or it's just not standard size papers.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
So
it's
it's-
bigger stuff generally.
Yep.
But
Printing
then
technique.
it's also being able to print on a lot of different things,
Yep.
right? We're selling MDO, which is a type of wood. We're selling, you know, acrylic, which is plastic. styrene, PVC, PVC alternatives now with paper. There's a lot of cool paper products out there that are a lot like PVC.
We talked about that in our Earth Day episode.
We did.
If you
Nice.
didn't catch that, go
Nice.
check it out.
Yeah. So just a lot of different substrates. And then we've also gotten into equipment in a big way.
Yeah.
I think what people don't realize with us, obviously Clampitt Paper has been in our name for a long, long time, but what's
85 years.
85 years. But what people don't realize is some of our largest customers are wide format customers or grand format customers, which don't buy or buy very little paper. They buy a lot of other things. So, and that's just been kind of a cool growth for us. And then on the equipment side, we've added technicians that actually can fix a lot of the equipment that we sell. We sell a lot of different, equipment when it comes to UV print, solvent printing, dye sublimation, all the different types of aqueous printing. So we've got a lot of different expertise in a lot of different areas that we probably wouldn't have ever thought of 10 to 15 years ago. So it's pretty cool.
So what would be some common uses for people that are printing wide format? What would be some common things that they are printing?
Well, that's a good question.
So glad you asked.
So yeah.
You gonna show us? Show us some samples.
Show us some
Show you
samples.
some samples. So, and we probably won't go through all of these. There's a lot of them in here. But what's cool is, for instance, banner. So a lot of things that you might see outside is, that's just a banner product that's can be printed solvent, latex, or UV.
Very nice.
And generally, those banners are designed to go outdoors for an extended period of time. So just, things like that. Static cling. This is a static cling. General Formulations product that comes in a white and a clear, 207 and 208. Some
cling.
fun products. This is an Arlon everyday pressure sensitive vinyl. And then you got some fun stuff too. So like this metallic silver
Oh, I love that one.
is super cool.
So this could be used for, signage or,
Yep.
Any retail display. People want something cool and eye-catching on their, display case so they can specify this product. So it's
So what we're really talking is a lot of signage,
Yep.
a lot of things
Yep.
that you're going to see, things that are outside on buildings,
Yeah.
banners.
Advertising, events, things that,
Yeah. Temporary or long term. Like we've got it all. That's the whole point of this box is to kind of get our people asking questions, but our customers asking questions and trying to find that right.
Yeah. And the cool thing about these samples is they were all printed on equipment that we sell. So you can see on those labels, you've got one that says Mamaki, you've got one that says Roland, you've got one that says Canon.
Yep.
So all these different printers give you different ways to print. And what's cool is maybe on that silver, we're using white to back it up and print 4-color on top of it.
Okay.
Or we're using white to offset the silver. So you get that kind of, real dark look.
That sharp reproduction.
Sharp reproduction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Event Shark, which is another product.
This is a cool one for like temporary event signage. You go on the floors, the walls, just to kind of, tell your story, but it's not meant to last long term. So it's not as expensive as something that is.
Is that
right?
Kernow?
It's Kernow, yeah.
Kernow.
They actually
That's right.
sponsored part of this box.
Yeah. So the Kernow Silver Metallic and the Event Shark are both Kernow products.
Kernow, if you're watching, want to sponsor this podcast.
Good shot.
Shameless plug again.
So
Sill, that's a poster paper. So just an everyday poster paper. Walk and Wall, this is a really cool product. Can be used on walls and floors. Nice thing about this product, it's almost like a textured tape. So it can be used on carpets and all sorts of different
That's really
types
cool
of floor.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be laminated either. So it's a pretty cool product from that standpoint. And then you got your everyday window perf. So window perf,
put it on window.
you put it on the window so you can
Restaurants,
advertise on the outside, but you can still see out. It's got holes in it.
This is really popular for buses too,
yeah.
because you can see out, but
Yeah.
not in necessarily. So if you can see that,
Oh yeah.
those holes.
Yeah, so they have different types of holes, so 60, 40, 70, 30, 80, 20, and that's all the amount of vinyl used versus the size of the hole. The more vinyl used, the better the print looks.
So Scott, tell the story of how we decided to move beyond just paper. Why did we go wide format? Why did we get into equipment as well and start putting more focus on these areas?
I think your dad asked me, this is probably 14 or 15 years ago, what do you see that's growing? Where can we potentially grow? And one of our largest customers at the time was one of our customers, is a customer that we still have that we call on, but they would continuously ask me questions about wide format products. And it's like I'm doing this. I need something that's going to do this. So not only did I get hit with all those questions, I was getting hit with all the different types of print technologies, because they had a little bit of everything. At the time, they had a lot of screen printing, offset printing, but then they were getting into all the digital UV technologies as well. So it was kind of a learning process, learning from that customer by all the applications that they're asking for, and say, we need somebody that can find this product. So in true salesperson fashion, you're going out and saying, I'm going to find this product and figure it out, And
you've never stopped.
And it never stopped. She sometimes gives me a hard time about that.
He's like, we're going to bring this product in and this product in. And it's like people need it, so we're going to bring it in, right?
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, we're a paper company, right? That's still in our name, but we're a distributor. We can distribute a lot of different products.
Yeah.
And so that's what's kind of cool about Clampitt Paper today. We've got the trucks, we've got the infrastructure, we've got the buying power and the stocking locations, and can really service a lot of different customers today.
And I think that's what it's all about, that we want to be a company that serves people well.
Yeah. And delight. We want to delight our
Create
customers.
delight, solve problems, meet people's needs. So thank you for being a huge part of doing that. One final question I have, and then we may be done, or you're free to jump in. When I get around a lot of the young guys in the industry and in our business, they always look up to you.
Oh, man.
Like, I just got to call Scott. I got to call Scott.
Oh, yeah. His phone does not stop.
What's Scott doing? What does Scott say? All the guys in Dallas, even the guys in Colorado, like, I don't know what to do. I'm going to call Scott. So what would be a piece of advice, maybe some nuggets of wisdom on just for the young guys
and gals
in the industry, maybe paper specifically, or in general, the whole graphic arts industry? That's what we say we do. We want to move the whole graphic arts industry forward. Right. What would you tell them to set them on a successful career path like you've been on?
Well, I would say, I still believe in this. Like I still tell our salespeople this all the time. Ask more questions, just continuously.
Your favorite quote, Ted Lasso?
Ask questions.
Be curious.
You got to be curious. Yeah. There's a lot of good Ted Lasso quotes, but that is one for sure. So just ask as many questions as possible, because ultimately, I made a lot of mistakes in my career, along the way, and I learned from all those mistakes. And you can't be afraid to make a mistake. You got to keep asking questions. And when you're out selling and talking to customers, you really want to be able to say, I think I've asked all the questions.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, we don't do that very well. I would say a lot of salespeople are scared to do that. They feel like they're invading the customer, or, it's just uncomfortable for some of those folks. But I think in the reality, a lot of those customers really want to make you smarter, because ultimately, if you're smarter and you're servicing them, they're gonna understand that you're trying to help them at some point.
Yeah.
It may take a little time to get there, but asking those questions is such an important part of a sales call.
Nice.
And I think it's huge, and especially you model that too. Because even when, full disclosure, I'm the guy who looks up to you, who's calling you, asking you questions, but you're asking me questions. You say, okay, how are they printing this? What else are they printing on? What's the job for? What are they going to use it like? And I'm like, I don't know. So then I go back and then I got to ask all these questions, but you model it, and you're absolutely right. When I go back and do ask the questions, it helps tremendously.
It's like, I like to say we're really good at quotes here, but it's like you teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime, right? So, because you make us do the work, but you're sort of teaching us how to do it along the way. And I've started asking a lot of questions after making calls with you for years, learning from you is just peppering those questions. Just don't be afraid of it, because if they're not going to answer, they'll tell you they don't want to answer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If there's something they don't
want to tell you, they sure will not tell you.
they'll say, I'm not comfortable telling you that, which is fine.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it's just about, learning what those customers are doing and trying to help them. I mean, that's ultimately what we're all trying to do. But ultimately, that's how we learn, is just to ask more questions.
Well, there you heard it, everybody. Ask more questions and think outside the paper box. So, Scott, thanks for being here. Thanks for making our company better.
Yeah.
Thanks for making this industry better. And you have definitely made a mark, and
appreciate that.
It's better because of you. So
thank you.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for making our
you.
podcast better today.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic interview.
Yes.
I thought that was really good, really helpful.
He's just so knowledgeable.
Scott was awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
He's definitely an industry leader
Yeah.
kind of a guy. So if you want to connect with Scott, LinkedIn.
Yes, absolutely. He's so popping on LinkedIn. So give him a follow too.
You can email him.
Yeah.
Scheider@clampitt.com. That's sheider@clampitt.com.
Yep.
And I'm sure he'd be happy to answer your questions. So time for tips and trends. Meredith, you're so good at this. Everybody tunes in for this very reason. And
Thanks.
we're talking materials. We're talking all sorts of different materials with wide format, but there's other materials too, patterns, textiles.
Yes.
And I know you got a little something special called Merci. You're humble, so you don't want to talk about it, but Merci is a super cool, up-and-coming, woman-owned company.
Yes.
And so talk a little bit about those materials, but really it is a true trend that I think is here to stay for a while.
Well, I'm excited about it. So yes, Merci is a small woman-owned business. And what we do is we import materials, fabric materials, book cover materials, really unique cover materials that can be used for obviously books, but also luxury packaging. And the sort of craft and artisan resurgence we've talked about before is what we're seeing a ton of people wanting something really unique and really different, and even menu covers or just different, something that feels like fabric. And so we have a variety of materials that we stock locally that fit that bill. So it's been really fun. I feel like we're getting a lot more questions about what's available and how to use them. And it's just fun, but also mixing like you said, patterns with textiles and kind of this different use of these materials. So it's been really fun. We have a website, merciusa.com. So check it out and let us know if you have any questions. But I am, new to this. I'm learning a lot. It's been a couple of years, but it's exciting.
Well, I'm excited to see what's to come of it all. And because it is a growing trend, it's awesome to know that there's a readily available resource in Merci. So I wish you the best with all of that. And I enjoyed making that sales call with you to Artifact Uprising. Really cool spot.
Yeah.
And maybe a potential customer one day. So
anyway, be amazing.
Let's get on with a couple of tips.
Yes.
One of them inspired by Scott earlier.
Okay.
He talked about asking questions. We talked about learning new things.
Yeah.
But it's a quote that I just kind of made up. All right, I'm going to take credit for it.
Really nothing better than a made up quote.
I'm going to take credit for it. Ready for it? Learning lights a fire.
Oh, I like that.
So what I found, and I think you'll see studies say it's true as well, but the more you learn about something, the more the passion for it grows.
Yeah.
And so if you feel kind of stuck or burnt out where you're at or with your current job or company, I would encourage you, before you just leave, learn more about it.
Right.
Learn how to do it better. Learn more, like grab some mentors or some models in the industry, learn about it, and it'll light more of a fire in you to keep doing it. Kind of exactly what Scott has done. So.
I mean, that is exactly it from what he sort of told his story. But the other thing was he sort of asked enough questions and became this champion for Clampitt and created this whole new sector of our business and became the VP of equipment and wide format. And that was based on asking questions and learning more. And I think it's exactly what you're saying. So I love that advice to don't just leave, maybe try to build your own path and rise up that way.
So learning lights a fire.
Love that.
There you go.
Hey, and we're really famously terrible at quotes, but I think since you made it up, we can really nail that one.
Learning lights a fire. The tide raises all ships.
Tide.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said tade.
No, the tide. The tide rises all ships.
I said,
What was your quote about comparison from last month?
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
But that's not Meredith. That's like,
Well,
it's a famous author.
And then finally, final tip for you.
Okay.
Good one for all of us. I found a little article called Great News, You Screwed Up an Order.
It's not great news when it happens to you.
So I'm going to read it.
Okay.
This is the sales rep. He says, my biggest customer just told me they're sending more work our way. The manager said, wait, what? Didn't you just royally screw up an order of theirs? The sales rep says, yep. We blew the run and had to eat $25,000. The manager said, and they want to give you more work? That doesn't make any sense. The sales rep says, it does to me. When I found out about the issue, I owned it. I called with the bad news, gave them 2 options to rectify the situation, and leading off the conversation with an apology. And after they decided, I sent daily updates. In addition, we digitally printed a small quantity to tide them over. And I did a Zoom call with our head of production, letting them know what happened and what's being done to ensure it won't repeat. Manager said finally, it sounds like screwing up was the best thing that could have ever happened to you.
Wow.
So simple, short story, but powerful.
That's super powerful because a lot of people might just
Blame.
or just not answer their phone till they got it figured out
Ignore.
or blame someone else, like you said. But owning it, taking the customer every step of the way. I mean, that's our dad has a really great simple quote that I will get right. Lean in. It's lean into anything that's going on. Be honest, be transparent, be proactive, be, communicative. And I think that says that all. So
Yeah, let's
like
be problem
that.
solvers. Let's own it.
Any business, any person, no matter what position you're in, own it, solve it, move on from it.
That's right. So there you have it. Those
like
are
that.
our tips and trends. And this was
Episode 6.
episode 6. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the Fiber in the Family. That's what I was going for. We love having you and can't wait to see you next time.